Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Dale and I are back as we continue our look into the Wellington Paranormal series. Sergeant Bacca and Officers Minogue and Neary are members of the Wellington, New Zealand Police. Their job is to investigate paranormal phenomena. Here we are again. We are finishing
Yes.
season 2 and finishing season 3 and beginning season 4.
Yes, I know. It's
We've
nearly
been,
over, Rover.
we've been rattling through this, right? Like,
Yes. Yes. And it's bloody good.
still a fun series. They've switched up the humor a bit.
They have in these ones. Yep.
I've noticed
Quite
that
noticeably.
they've moved away from the elongated sort of action or whatever, like the joke, but they're more bantering between each other.
Yes, definitely.
You
I
can
think the
see their-
chemistry's there now.
Um,
no, excellent.
Interesting one. It's amazing. They're all the same length, but like the Revengers doesn't feel like there's a lot going on, where the other two are great. You know,
Yeah,
and it feels like there's a lot
yeah.
happening. I don't know, maybe we're all just like a superhero stuff. Or I am anyway, but
Yeah, well that's interesting. Yep.
could be.
Actually,
But yeah, the first one, they're dealing with some bratty teenager sprog. I didn't do anything, it wasn't me. And you're just like, let's have some police brutality, please.
Oh, yes, please. Yep.
People got dragged up the wall. Like you're watching.
I know. Yeah.
It's looking
Wasn't
like
me.
she's nicked the car or something, or up to something dodgy, and McDowell's me. I didn't do it. I wasn't here. Or
yeah. Those people that say that are always guilty. It wasn't me. Yes, it was. Liar. Oh, total bogan chick from the Hut. Yep, absolutely played that one up to the max. Good one.
yeah, thing is, I can recognize it's you recognize that all over the world. Like you see people like that.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. They're everywhere. Yeah. She was so nonchalant about it. It was actually quite cool. Yeah. I liked her. Yeah.
But obviously, this is Minogue and O'Leary trying to do like just normal policing.
They can't do anything normal. They're not normal.
This is sort of the day job, but yeah, that doesn't last very long because it just goes from that to huge meteorite. That was a whole discussion, wasn't it? A meteorite,
yes,
sorry.
Meteorite. Yeah, and she was quite knowledgeable about that, telling them the difference. That's quite cool. And the crater, oh my God, wasn't that spectacular?
See, that's the thing that gets me about this. It goes from looking, documentary, cheap, and then when they throw in the special effects or they do anything like that, it just it's so well done and it fits without looking super cheesy.
Absolutely. I mean, it looked legit. It's like, they took a grove and then they just went and, I don't know, chucked stuff on it. And then I don't know how they do it, but oh my God, that was just brilliant. I thought that was brilliant seeing that. Yeah.
It's when it fits in, like you'd almost like it dug up the neighborhood or something, like or
exactly. Yeah, and then they had the civilians on, the people that live in the street on the side, and it's like, oh, were they really, were they extras or were they living there? And people knocked on their door and said, "Can we mess up your street?" And so my brain is like ticking over, like, how did they do that? Yeah,
but once again, we've seen multi-million-dollar movies that look terrible, it's a green screen. It looks like a green screen. It feels like a green screen.
Yeah.
And if they're using special effects, if they're using green screen or CGI, bloody hell, they can teach the movie industry something.
They could. Yep, absolutely. I was even thinking Weta Workshops was involved in this, but it's not. It's FX or something. But yeah, brilliant.
No, it's I think it's all our own. It's the same guys that obviously What You Do in the Shadows, but
Yes.
The fact is, they could teach like the mainstream movie industry a thing or two about effects and making things look good, because this is where
And doing them cheaper than, $50 million for a movie, they could do it on a cheaper budget as well and still have the same, if not better, effects.
I would say
I just don't
I would
get it.
argue better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I just don't know. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why they waste their money like that. In fact, it should be treason, really. Because that money could be going to someone else, somewhere else, and it pisses me off. And then we see things like this, and this was made probably on a shoestring budget, of course, and look what we get: a crater that looks for real.
Yeah, and even with the glowy meteorite, it didn't look bad.
No, it didn't. No, not
that's
at all.
The thing. It looked decent. Yeah, it's an effect, but still, it's so well done that you're like, this looks good. This actually fits. It's not the sort of jarring.
No.
Like we see movies today, and if they have something glowing or a rock, it looks awful.
It does.
And
you just go, why? Why did you make it look like that? It just looks and then it wastes the movie, because you're just like, well, if you're going to do shit effects, I'm not going to bother watching. I don't know how many movies I've turned off because of that crap, Ugh.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I try to even keep up to date with them now. Like most of the mainstream stuff, any sci-fi stuff, for what I just don't even bother.
No, because they're not making them like they used to.
No,
it sucks.
Terrible, but yeah, I just love as well typical the police tape shortage.
Oh my God.
It's such a silly random thing, but it says as much about the characters than 20 lines of dialogue.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That was brilliant. They cut police funding. They can't afford crime scene tape.
Yeah. Just so pathetically round the cones. And everyone's still just walking on.
Oh, ridiculous. But it worked.
Yeah. But that's the thing, though. That's kind of where this that's most of the stuff happens in the first 5 minutes when we meet the meteor, and then it sort of just goes through the motions, which is a bit strange.
Yeah.
Out of the three, this is the one I wasn't as excited about. It was still fun, but
yeah,
it felt like there wasn't much going on in it.
Yeah, not much going on. No, not in this one. They definitely, it wasn't as packed as all the other ones have been. I think there've been a couple of times when there've been a couple of them that haven't really had too much story, but then the next one they amp it up. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe the balancing out stuff. I don't know, but
it's just yourself, if you're writing or telling a story or writing something, it's sometimes there's loads going on, or sometimes you're just like, oh well, that's all I've got.
Yeah. I hope that's not the case. I hope it wasn't. Oh well, they didn't know where to go with it.
Here's the problem with comparing us to like other episodes of the same show by the same creators. This thing is still miles above most of the stuff out there.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like this,
without a doubt.
Not as high standard. It's still better than 90% of bloody TV, and like I said, even movies out
God, there. Yep, absolutely.
So just keep it in perspective, if that makes it,
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, we meet the dreaded neighborhood watch.
I'm sure I've seen her before in another episode. I'm sure she was on another episode of this. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty sure the cat woman was, she looked so familiar when I saw her. I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure she was on this before as a crazy cat lady. I can't remember now. It's been so many of them, but she looked familiar. Yeah, crazy cat lady.
It wouldn't surprise me if they'd recycle a couple of characters, maybe put some of them in makeup.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either, yeah.
But yeah, she's more worried about the fallen leaves, from the tree going across, like typical like numpty neighbors that just get in each other's face.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
Total
honestly,
Karen.
if you're busy, you're working, you're doing what you're doing, unless something's like exploding, like you're not even going to bother about that.
Yeah. Well, that was a waste of police time, wasn't it?
The only time I got
Chasing around
annoyed,
cats.
yeah. The only time I got annoyed with one of my neighbors was he was disgusted. He was a dirty person, but he had this, I don't know, like a weed, or he planted something, and it started growing in under my fence,
Oh no.
and like started causing all sorts of damage to my decking and stuff. So, but all I did
Oh
was
shit.
I just got the drill out, and just went bzz, bzz, drilled into the root, got some diesel.
Did
Problem
you?
solved. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I didn't even bother getting into an argument. I'm just like, okay, right, that's that. Drill. Bzz, 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 bzz. Took me 3 minutes to drill through
3
into the
minutes
root.
to kill the tree.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
gone the next morning. Honestly, I was gone the next morning. That's the best thing for it. Like, diesel is lethal. You go to the garage,
Oh.
glug, 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 right, and just.
Oh gosh, because you don't have native trees over there, do you? Like, big native forests and things like that. We've got like, quite what do you call them? Quite rare species, over here of
No, this is
of
just the weed. It wasn't
um,
anything. It wasn't like.
trees, and there are people that put nails in them,
Mhm.
and so that they can kill them off, because you're not allowed to actually kill off a native plant. You're not allowed to take it out of your yard. You're not allowed to cut it down, not without permission from the council, because some of these trees are 600 years old. And so what people do is they do what you just said, and they go through with nails and stuff and put nails all through there and pull them out, and then there's massive holes and it dies. So yeah,
This wasn't. It
yeah,
wasn't like a 200-year oak or anything. Like we have oak
no,
trees and stuff, but it wasn't. It was nothing like
yeah,
that. This was something. This was just him, not
some weed plant.
something, but the roots were like causing damage.
See, that's what you do. Why be a Karen? Just go and kill the tree. That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Problem
it. Done.
solved. Yeah,
Nothing ever came back to me. So
No, exactly. Not
the
yet.
tree was a real-
In Colin's defense, I heard that tree was a real jerk. It
Hey,
was a
buddy.
bastard. Hello. Yeah, that tree was a bastard.
Yeah,
Ruined Colin's deck.
but yeah, I don't get into like don't waste my time with pettiness or what. I remember when I
Nah.
first got my house. I had a lodger. It was I made a new and I ended up working with him, and God, how long did he lasted about 2 months before I had to ask him to leave.
Oh.
Because the thing that really got me is I was in went to lunch next night. You were out late last night. And that was it. That was game over. I'm like, you what? Like, fuck's wrong with you?
Oh my God. Who are you? My mother? Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I was, at that point I was like, nah. Yeah, you gotta
See
go.
you later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a crowning moment of what the hell, you're watching everything everywhere I go. Nah.
Oh.
I was doing him a favor. It wasn't even like me. I was doing a favor because he's waiting for his house sale to come through himself.
Oh.
And his rent, but yeah, never doing that again.
Put a lock on your door, on your bedroom door. Oh my goodness!
I've met some
Crazy.
interesting people over the years. Let's just put it like that. But yeah, I can just see all these sort of people just where all they're doing is they've lived together too long and they're just annoying each other because they've nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
But,
oh my goodness.
Yeah, when the cat
Oh
was
wow.
called Chairman Meow, I was like, oh my God.
Stupid. Who the hell would name their cat that?
Today's
Chairman Meow. Oh my God. Yeah, Mr. Peppers or something. Yeah, that's all good. But Chairman Meow,
yeah, that's.
he needs to use a name generator.
Maybe that was it. Maybe that's what I come up with.
Maybe.
But yeah, you can just tell it's a neighborhood where everyone's lived together for too long and they're all just at each other.
They're all over it.
Nobody wants to move. and they're hoping by
Yeah.
attrition they'll get the other person. But I also think as well that if one person moved out, they'd freak out because then they'd get an unknown quantity of
Exactly.
someone to have to deal with.
Yep.
Like civil service departments, they've all sat at the same desk for 30 years and they all got the same arguments and they just moan and bitch, and then anything changes, dull to fall apart.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Typical.
Oh, I didn't take down the names of the characters, but flipping electrician guy.
Oh, he was brilliant. Yeah. He looked like a wolf, didn't he? He kind of looked like a wolf or something. I don't know.
I thought that was going to be it. He was going to like be
Yeah.
a werewolf. He
Yeah.
seemed a bit absent, as if he's like on the recreational
Yeah.
plants a lot of time.
Yeah. Oh. Oh dear.
But yeah, effectively the meteorite gives people powers, so we start finding criminals have been like caught up with cat hairballs and getting electrocuted, and then you've got O'Leary and Parker like really we're the ones that do electrocuting around here, and this whole debate about no, it's not. It's using no, it's electrocuting. We get to officially electrocute people. No, it's a lot. Like I said, this is where the Panthers sort of changed a bit between them because they're
Yes, that was marvelous. That really was. Only we get to electrocute people around here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I never actually thought of it that way until we said that. It's like you're actually electrocuting people, mate. Oh gosh. And he had the taser this time. Well, okay.
Yeah, because he must have got off his ban because he's been banned from the taser.
Yeah, well, I wonder why. Wow, I wonder why.
Remember, it was like season 2. It was the whole thing that he's banned from the taser because he kept losing it. What did he do this time? He put it in the wash.
Oh yeah. Oh, Minogue. He's a crack up.
I love the scene where they're taking the meteorite as well, and like the people that are directly living have got hazmat suits on, but then everyone else is just sort of milling about, like it doesn't make it. And then they're just putting it in the boot of the car.
I know.
Not even a container. Just you think they've got a chili bin, and like painted it or something to make it look as if they're putting it in, but no, they're just sticking it in the boot of the car.
No.
And then the people not wearing hazmat suits are going to drive it, so there's nobody on the other end, like taking it out of the boot.
No, totally unprofessional. That's how we do things over here.
Oh, it's not the worst. Honestly, you see police today and you're just like, bunch of muppets. It's frightening.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, we've now got a team of vigilantes going around just, cleaning up the streets like of all 2 crimes that happen.
Yeah, all 2 crimes. Yeah, absolutely. The police should recruit them, really. They're really good. Great superpowers.
Well, that's a problem, isn't it? They make it embarrassing them, so they're like, I've got to take us out. But
yeah.
I love the way now Mac has decided he's going to be a scientist and, poke at the thing.
Go into the lab. That was quite a cool scene. Yeah. And
then, of course, we're getting Parker involved, and he frightens me. He's out of them all, because at least Minogue and O'Leary they stumble through and get the thing done. Parker, if you were working with him, you'd be worried, like, is this the day he's going to do something stupid and end me?
Exactly. Go postal. Yeah, honestly, I don't trust him as far as I could throw him. No.
Not even that aspect. The fact that he's so, like, he is dangerous.
Incompetent.
Yeah.
How did he get through police college? I have no idea. Seriously. He must have paid someone.
Not even police college, but being unsupervised in society, like his character's just flipping.
Yeah. Oh, I think he was in special ed school.
Yeah, something like that, because frightening. Of course, he touches it and he gets the most useless power you can imagine.
Magnetic Man. Oh, when he turned up later on with all that stuff on him. Oh my God. Jeez. Can't take him anywhere, man.
But we also we meet the other character, George, who's a complete tragedy. He's terrible.
He's
He
so
wasn't even good enough to
sad.
get into the neighborhood watch.
No. Squirty hands.
Like, there's that effect. It's
I
dopey, but it
know.
was really good. It looked well.
I know. Like, how did they must have stuck a hose or something up one, brilliant.
It still
Brilliant.
looked. We know it's a hose or something, but at the same time, it still looked good.
It did. It looked authentic. It really did. You couldn't see anything. It just looked like, and went from jet to mist. I mean, that was brilliant. Yeah. Excellent.
I can control it. I'm learning to control.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a sad fella. Lives all alone by himself. He's probably still living with Mummy. Oh, hello, Joe. Hello. I'm glad you could pop in to say hello.
That was great having. We're getting filled up again.
Yeah, we got two Irish people in front of me.
It's nice that this is why I like doing these live as well, because it's nice to get people involved, and it's even better if you've watched what we're going to review.
Yeah.
I think people miss that part. Like, that's why I put up the episodes so that people know what we're going to watch, so you can check it out before we come on.
Yeah.
Join in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But once again, it's good. That's what makes us different, because at least we get the interaction rather than just speaking into the void.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's right.
Then we can go on loads of tangents, because, we like that here.
Yeah.
Oh, your interview with Clayton was brilliant.
Oh, did you like it?
That went all over the place. I loved it. I'm like, yep. So when he finally decides to come on here, I got to beat 2 hours and 17 minutes. It's like, I've got a record. Right, okay, let's go.
Oh my God. And then we spoke for 3 hours afterwards. Oh my God. Don't talk to Australians. They talk too long. Seriously. Oh my God. That was fun. That was fun talking to him. Yeah. We'll have to get him on with you, because
you need to do more interviews. You're really great at it.
Oh, thank you. I am going to have some coming up, obviously, for the biography. So yeah, but I think I'm doing it with Travis Bruce, and I are going to be interviewing a couple of actresses. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I just improv. I improv, honestly.
You should get some of the authors on that have been involved with the anthologies.
Hey, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I like that. I'll have to think about it.
Yeah, because that's
get a list of names.
Yeah, coming very, 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 very soon.
Yes. So if anyone wants to come on my channel and have a talk about your writing and stuff for the anthologies for Colin's, jump on and let me know in the comment section, and I'll set you up. Yeah, it's a good idea. Thanks, Colin.
No, enjoy your. I remember a certain person going, I can't do this. I could never do this.
Yeah, no. It took like 6 months for me to say, yes, all right, okay. Now look, you can't get rid of me. And we're booked in for another 7 years. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, that's all fun. I just love when somebody's like, oh wait, I can actually do something, and then just smash it. It's like, yep,
yeah,
you had it in you.
Yeah, it was hiding in there somewhere, afraid to come out.
But yeah, obviously check out Dale's channel, and she does interviews as well, and some interesting folks on there. You just need to get it ramped up.
Yeah. Yep. We'll get there. Yeah, anyway.
But yeah, this was it was a fun episode, but it just felt like very do you know why normally there's like loads of tangents and the rest and a couple of things going on at once? This was just very right to the point,
Yeah.
Here's the group. Here's what to
Yeah.
do. And it ended very quickly.
Yeah, it did. It
Because it was
did,
George, the
actually.
other guy, he was electricity, he was water, and then they both like shorted each other out.
Yep, which was quite funny, actually. And of course, that was going to happen. Yeah, no, yeah, this one was a little bit more contained than the other ones, but yeah, still enjoyed it.
Still, that's what I mean. It's still better than most TV out there. That's the funny thing.
Absolutely. And you know what? Come to think of it, they might have had to use quite a lot of money for the special effects in this one because they were top notch. So,
yeah,
who knows? Mm.
Yeah, so, this one I didn't realize I was going to enjoy as much. Fatberg, but this was bloody brilliant.
It was bloody brilliant.
I just thought the 1980s, The Blob,
Yep. Yep, definitely.
And it was really close to being that dark, but obviously they pulled it back that bit and put a bit of humor in. But
yes, they did.
Even the way they did
Man.
the effects with this is fantastic again. Like, this is where they really nail it with the show.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God. I was cooking dinner watching that, so I had to turn it off because I was like, that's disgusting. I can't cook dinner with that.
But it's fun the way they're like the debate about whether there's just a chip shop. Like, on no such planet is there such a thing. It would be
No. Maybe they should have one. A chip shop that just does chips. No.
who really just orders a portion of chips?
No one. Oh, unless you're a kid and you've just been to the swimming pool or something.
Yeah, you get a portion, but
Yeah.
even then,
no.
yeah, and not a proper chip shop.
No.
Like, it's always maybe it's
It's a
random
fish
chunky,
and chip
but
shop or yeah.
battered sausage and chips, fish and chips, Savoys, pie and chips. You know what I mean? It's, you don't just have chips on their own. And
no, boring.
Yeah, I don't know about it. If you don't have mushy peas, like close your doors.
Yuck!
What?
Peas are disgusting. Ugh. Can't stand them. Can't eat them.
Be quiet, you heathen.
No, disgusting. Sorry.
Not even mushy peas. Bit of salt and vinegar.
Ew!
Oh dear.
Really?
Oh dear.
Oh my god.
I suppose you don't do peas in a cup either, like the proper hard boiled peas, and you boil them up and get them loads of salt and vinegar on them, like in the winter. That's such a November thing over here.
You're so pulling my leg.
What's peas in a cup?
What? Oh my god. Peas in the bin.
Get out.
Yeah, I can't even stand the smell of them. Whoa. Yeah. Oh my god, you English people are crazy. You eat all sorts of oh my god.
Don't you ever call me English again.
Sorry, you're not.
We're getting very close to falling out here.
Oh, yes, I've got to be careful with that, don't I? Oh, yes, temperamental Irish people. Oh. Oh, dear. You might put some spell on me or something. I don't know.
There was me singing your praises, and now I've just realized you have no taste whatsoever. Shocking. Shocking.
If it's a vegetable, I won't eat it. Kidding. No, peas are gross. I'm sorry for you. I feel sorry for you. Your taste buds. Never mind.
Well, I had a lot of spicy stuff, actually. But what I like, sometimes I just like plain old fare, just actual food without loads of, do you know why, like, those things that put like loads of spices and just, like, you don't even taste a piece of chicken anymore. It's like covered in everything. Sometimes I just like to keep it simple. Like, I love what I make on Sunday, leek and potato soup.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Ew.
You have the
leeks?
Really?
I was force-fed that when I was a kid. No way.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I know I'm bad, aren't I?
That's shocking.
I know. Give me a salad any day. I'm a salad eater. I'm not a veggie eater. Nah. I'm a rabbit.
I don't mind salad as well, but it's sometimes just like like
mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes is the one, or mashed kumara with sweet Thai chili. That's a Jamie Oliver recipe. Yum, yum, yum. Yep.
Suppose the thing we have called champ, and it's mashed potato with scallions, spring onions, milk.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how different the foods are, aren't they, from country to country?
So what you do is you sweat off, a bit of butter, sweat off the spring onions, add your milk in the pan while you're boiling your potatoes. So obviously you're making mashed potatoes effectively, but you're making this up. Your salt and pepper. So basically what happens is the stuff in the pan, when your potatoes are ready to go, that goes in. So you're cooking the leeks separately in the milk so it holds all the flavour in, and then that gets mashed up.
That sounds quite nice.
You have it with sausages, like really simple.
Nice.
You
might have to give that a go. Yeah, because I used to put cheese and onion in my mashed potatoes. I'll give that a go. That sounds really yum. We agree on something.
I thought I met somebody from Portugal today, and I thought they were Russian, and I said "Da Sidenia" to them, as in goodbye, and then they're actually Portuguese, and I'm like, that I give up.
Oh no!
I thought I was being clever, and I failed miserably because I don't know what goodbye is in Portuguese.
Damn, you might have to learn. Just Google it.
I didn't have time. I was like, thanks very much. Oh, right. And I could have sworn they were Russian.
Never assume somebody's from a country. Just because of
the accent is sort of the words, and I'm not really familiar with Portuguese.
Oh, no, neither. No. Oh, God, I couldn't tell a Russian from a German. Seriously, I just wouldn't bother. I might offend someone. And no, you're not Irish. No, he's not from Portugal, Chris. He's from Mars. Yeah.
I'm from Ulster.
No, you're
Ulster,
from Mars.
Scots.
Okay. You're scaring me now.
What?
Ulster. That's good. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was so scary.
Really good reputation, Ulster. Yeah.
Actually, I shared a thing. Most of your prime ministers in the early days were from Ulster, so
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, just kidding. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely shocking. Just getting abused left, right, and centre. I just come on here to get tortured. I don't know. Just come on to talk about a few TV shows, but no, I'm just gonna make fun of my heritage. Why not? You racist! You bigot! You other words ending with it and est and
blah, blah, blah. You precious man. Oh.
Yeah, that's it. I've such a thin skin.
You're right.
Yeah, that's it. I'm a fragile little flower.
Yeah, not far from it. Oh dear.
But anyway, back. I had a lot of fun with this one, and I thought it was going to be like really basic.
No, not even.
Actually, I thought the car wash was haunted or something, or it was part of it.
Yeah, so did I at first. Until we see what happens.
But here's the thing, right? You're in the paranormal investigation. You know weird stuff happens and people get eaten, and you're seeing this like on a daily basis and killed and disappeared and taken into other dimensions. So car rolls in and the people disappear. So what's the thing that you don't do?
Go back in there and have a look.
Yeah. Let's go in afterwards and see what happened. Right? Okay.
Yeah, let's sit in the car, go through the car wash and see if something happens to us. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm sure police are supposed to investigate, but that's taking a bit too far.
The scene, it's
Oh,
meant to seem like a dopey scene, but I think we've all been there where we've tried to put our cars to the car wash, but we can't reach the bloody button.
I've been stuck in a car wash. True story. Me and my friend were stuck in the fucking car wash, and I had to ring through to the bloody petrol station to tell them to come out here and like save me. We couldn't even put the windows down, so we were boiling hot, and I only had like a little bit of bars left on my phone, so I rung them and they came out and turned it off. But we were stuck there for half an hour. It was very scary.
Oh my
I
God.
know. Tracy, if you're watching this, yeah, that's your fault. I don't know what happened. We ended up on the wrong, like you're supposed to go forward. I think I must have pushed something because next minute we're stuck. That was hilarious. No, it wasn't at the time. Oh man. So this, yeah, this gave me freaky vibes.
Yeah, we've all had those scenes, where things happen in the car wash, like the cars fill up and stuff. I don't know. I prefer the jet wash anyway because at least you can get under the wheels and stuff like that. To me, the car wash is
Yeah.
very superficial, where the
Yeah.
jet wash you're actually getting stuff off anyway. But anyway,
Yeah.
another tangent about the merits of
Yeah.
a car wash. But what you don't do is I'm going to go in afterwards when the other people disappeared that went in last because, yeah, that's sensible.
There are a couple of Muppets.
They were proper flirting in this episode as well, or it's like that almost. They don't know whether they're going to start fighting or jump each other's bones. Like they were.
I
this episode.
know. Wasn't that weird? That was a bit. Oh, that was different. That was different. That's not what they've done before. So
No, this is where they've changed up the humor a bit, and
yeah,
I don't think they could do that all the time. It would get very repetitive. So I think they're clever here. That it seems to be every few episodes they try a different formula, and they switch it up and they switch the dynamics up and everything else.
Yeah,
like Minogue, he goes from like completely hapless idiot to like a borderline pervert, the party guy. He sort of has those three aspects of him that they play with every so often.
He's definitely got he's really got characterization, doesn't he? He's got lots of different things about him. I quite like that about Minogue. Like you don't know what you're going to get with him, whether he's going to have a good day or an off day, or he's going to be funny, or sometimes he's got a bit of an attitude as well. He's really
That's
cool.
what I mean. They play about. They don't just keep it the same with him. He moves about. O'Leary, they keep like 100% the straight man all the time.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but like in these next two episodes, you'll see that there's definitely a change in there. And the, like you said, in the humor, like between Parker and Marker, Sergeant Marker, and then O'Leary and Minogue, and then there's kind of they've amped it up a little bit. Yeah, which is quite cool, and it lands. Yeah, they land.
Yeah, and also they're not just spelling. In a way, another show would just spell it out. Oh, we're doing this now, and really beat you over the head with it.
Yeah,
I think because we're obviously in the zone and we're watching these and we're reviewing them, we're really looking for these sort of things. So maybe it's a bit more subtle for the average viewer, but like when you're in the review zone and you're looking for this sort of stuff, I think it's really obvious that they're trying different things, and I appreciate that.
I do too. Yeah,
it shows that they're not lazy.
That's right, and they can develop upon a character and keep them to what they are, but then add little special things that make us go, oh, that's really cool. I like that, and that's what's happening in these next two ones, which is cool. But then it's like, oh my god, it's going to end, and it's like, why? Anyway, we'll wait till the end.
That's the thing with these shows, though. The ones that have this isn't for the general audience. Let's be honest.
No. That's why they put it on.
It's a wee bit too clever for the general audience. So this probably didn't track as well as canned laughter sitcom.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
canned laughter sitcom is always going to get more views and get more time
By a
because
certain
it's for the
culture.
general audience. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is more niche.
It is, yes.
Here's I never even thought about it till now. This is a spin-off, obviously, from What We Do in the Shadows, but they have not humped the leg of it.
Not
Another
at
show I
all.
watched, which I actually enjoyed, but Better Call Saul is the best example I can think of. But that humped the leg of Breaking Bad the whole way through.
Right.
No, I mean it was it was an interesting enough story, but
Riding on the
it
coattails.
couldn't not go without some point in the episode hearkening to what's going to happen, in the main show that it's based off.
Yep.
These guys did it for maybe 2 episodes in the beginning, but it's been its
Yeah.
own thing.
It has. That's right. And I think that makes it more brilliant than anything because you forget it was actually a spin-off from What We Do in the Shadows.
You
You
wouldn't
completely
know.
forget. You wouldn't know, no. Which is good because they're not riding on their coattails, on the wind of them and What We Do in the Shadows. It's a completely different pathway.
Yeah.
Which is great.
I've only just realized that now that apart from one episode that had Nick.
Yep.
Was there anything else? I could be telling a lie. It could just be one episode where they actually directly referenced or had any sort of link. No, it's just one episode.
You're right.
One
you're damn right.
Nick. That's the only, and they didn't even mention the other. It's just the fact that Nick was there.
That was it.
When he's going down the graveyard with the blood from the blood bank.
Yeah, exactly.
That could have been any vampire. Just a vampire episode. It was just the fact that if you're a fan of What We Do in the Shadows, and they didn't do that in the first episode. It was like the third or fourth.
Yeah, it was way down the line. Yeah, exactly. It was in the first season, but it was way down the line list. Yeah,
and it has done nothing else since. This has been its own property. I just realized that as I was sitting here talking. I'm like,
yeah,
that's fantastic.
I'd forgotten to. Yeah, it is. That's what they need to do. That's why it's working so well. They're not just going over old ground. No.
But that would probably, if they had it done, that's what I'm thinking. Because it didn't do that, that this is a quirky on its own show in the mockumentary style.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe people haven't made the connection.
Maybe
because at the end of the day, Minogue and O'Leary only appear in the movie.
That's right.
They don't appear in the TV show.
No, and that's quite easy to miss if
there's people watching the TV show don't know there's a movie.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, the TV show's popular.
I know. Yeah.
But there's people don't understand still today that that's based off a New Zealand movie and that these two characters were in that movie and that's what this show's spun off from.
Yes.
And
you're right.
In other shows, you would be beaten over the head with this. This is a spin-off. This is Remember the Big Thing. This is it too.
Yeah,
it hasn't done that. That's brave.
Yeah, it is. It is, and that would have been so boring. It would have been ridiculous. I mean, even What We Do in the Shadows TV show doesn't even really refer to the actual movie either. They've got some characters in here, but that's it.
About the biggest one's the council.
Yeah.
The council episode where had Tyga and Tyga back and one of the other ones. You know what I mean? They just That's the only time they directly reference the movie.
Exactly. Yeah. So
no, that's
weird.
It's very brave. It shows that they're confident in their own property and they're not relying on nostalgia bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time as well, maybe a lot of people have missed this one.
Maybe they have.
And that's why it's only got 4 seasons because, it's all right us saying it now, where people might not have seen this and they're only hearing about it for the first time.
Wow. And seriously, you're missing out. Bloody missing out because it's brilliant. It's just so brilliant. I mean, I don't like comedy at all, and these are just, they're so funny, and I Benjamin watches some American stuff, right? So I'll listen to what's going on in the background with their laughter and their jokes, and it's just like, oh, it's oh my god, that wasn't even funny. Oh my god! And it's like, why are you laughing? It's not funny. I suppose I don't know. Maybe it's just what people find funny and what others don't. But
well, that's why you've got different tastes and just
yeah.
Like,
but how can you find American humor funny?
I
When
don't.
it's
That's why I don't watch. Like when what was it? Friends and all them sort of show. Like to me, I can't tell one from the other. It all seems very paint by numbers.
Yeah, it is.
But that's what the general audience want. They don't want to be surprised. They don't want anything different.
No, they don't. So I wonder if that's why this one didn't maybe
because this is
land as much.
First of all, this is a niche show. It was primarily meant for fans of What We Do in the Shadows, the movie.
Yeah,
as a spin-off. But if you weren't familiar, because don't forget as well, this was not widely released.
No, not at all. Which is really bizarre. I don't know.
That's
people didn't
TV
like
networks
it
for you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because remember, this was a TV show, like terrestrial TV. Do you
yeah,
remember
I know. Yeah, exactly.
Back in the day, so there's probably tons of stuff out there on channels that never seen the light of day because the slot they got, the time slot. There's hundreds of reasons. If this got a bad time slot where people don't tune in, it doesn't get a premium slot. Then nobody's gonna. That's why it's not a premium slot.
Yep, 10:30 at nights. That's not premium. Yeah, they did the same thing with Game of Thrones over here. 10:30 at night. In fact, I think they moved it to 11:30. And True Blood, they moved that to 11:30. They put them on at a good hour to start with, so you get 9:30's bloody good hour to watch TV, and then next minute, no, it's too much for people, so they put it up, and they put the out. They put it in 2-3 hours later, and it's like, well, who's going to be up at 11:30 at night watching TV? Not really.
No.
No,
not if you're really working and have a job and stuff.
Exactly.
You're winding down.
Right.
That's right. I mean, that's what happens. I think we'll have to remember that. This was done on the Normie TV network.
I know.
We're watching it obviously on streaming after the fact, but that's why it's only got 4 seasons, because it's just the nature of things. But the fact that it got 4 seasons, I think,
is amazing.
Considering that, has to be props to it.
Yeah, considering really these only 3 main characters that carry the whole show. Parker comes and goes.
Yeah,
Parker. Yeah.
Yeah, but the when we actually see the blob appear, the Fatberg, I'm just going to call it the blob because it was the blob.
The blob.
That's what they ripped it off from.
That's what it looked like. Yep. Didn't look like the normal Fatberg.
But the fact that it crawled up the side of the car.
Yes.
And I think there was a mixture of practical and CGI.
I think, definitely.
That was definitely physical. There's somebody behind some sort of membrane or material pressing in, but I think they've digitally went over the top to make it more gelatinous.
Yeah. Brilliant. Oh,
but it looks great.
It does. It does. It looks gross and disgusting, and that's what they're supposed to look like. And you really, really, even though it didn't look like a Fatberg, it looked like more like the blob, like you said. It worked. It was still really disgusting. Which is, I don't know if you know about Fatbergs, but they're pretty gross.
I think the phenomenon first happened in London.
Oh, I thought it first happened over here.
No, there's documentaries way back in the 80s. Like the sewer workers come down to break them up.
Really?
And it's because people have chucked everything down the toilet.
Oh, yeah, no.
Maybe not so much now, but it was a big thing back in the day. Everything would get chucked down the toilet, and then the Wonder Ace things just pouring their stuff down the sink.
Yes. Well, that's what this show, this episode was about, because we were having problems with Fatbergs. People didn't realize that was a thing, so I instantly thought we found them, but you guys did years ago.
Yeah, I suppose any. So for those that don't know, a Fatberg's basically it's a play on words. It's basically like an iceberg, but it's fat. People flush stuff down, pour stuff down the drains, flush stuff
And
down the
it,
toilet, and what happens is it all congeals. So yeah, you pour the hot oil, fat
yes.
down. It's all fine and dandy. It gets in, and it just starts clumping together, and eventually you get these huge things just moving through the sewers. The only time they get found is when the block, like,
Yep.
and when we say block, it's not like get the hose. I mean, people have to physically walk down and break it apart.
Push them.
They're man size. They're like blocking up entire where people actually walk and crawl in and can stand
No.
up. And they're having to actually drill and
Just imagine having that job.
very well. That's why they did
You
the
would get
documentaries,
paid well.
because that was one of the questions.
Yeah.
What in the hell makes you go and do that? And it's like, well,
Someone's
job. They've got
got
the
to do it.
protective gear, so they do it, and then obviously the hose down afterwards, and then going
Yeah.
on like about 10 jars.
There must be some satisfaction in that for them, I think. I don't know, getting rid of something so disgusting. Even my husband doesn't know what a Fatberg is, so I have to show him on
Oh god, they're
YouTube.
horrendous.
Yeah, well, we
you
had
know
a
this
problem with them. Oh, yeah, no, I don't know who that guy is. No. Hello,
very, very
my
familiar name.
husband. He's cracking up.
He's
at
finally
the other
cracked,
end.
decided to join in.
He is with a it's only been 3 years, Benjamin.
Yeah, it's only taken 3 years. Well done. Well done, Benjamin.
He wanted to know what a Fatberg is, so that's why he's jumped on.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. It's
that.
an iceberg made of, and it's just if you think of used nappies and everything just gets caught up in these, and it just
it looks like a monster, so that's why.
Do you know sometimes you can smell TV?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, that's
There's a few of those.
That's what would I'm very I have a thing about smell, and honestly, that's what I'd barf. Like, I'd be filling up with thing.
Oh god, yeah.
First, it would take me a while. I don't think I'd ever get used to it.
No, neither.
I'd have to get that.
Never,
that you use for autopsies for like the trainees that are into the first time.
Up the nose.
Yeah, that'd be me with a Vicks vapor rub just to try and get through the thing.
One up one nose, one up the other, and just walk around like that.
Be breathing through my mouth because I couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. But then you'd taste it.
Oh, yeah, God, yeah.
Brilliant.
But I just love the way O'Leary was going to open the window to talk to you.
Oh my! What was she going to do? Arrest it?
Probably. She's the type that would try to arrest it. That's the thing.
I know. Brilliant.
But yeah, I wouldn't put it past her. Her character is exactly. She would try and put cuffs on it or something.
Yeah.
But
totally.
yeah, the people are talking and that and saying help us. And...
Oh my god, that was good. That was good.
But there's another. We'll go back to the briefing. It's like a nighttime briefing rather than a morning one.
Yes.
We'll basically find out that we have a corrupt police department.
Yes.
Which is like,
Have
what
we?
the hell? Yeah. So they're obviously planning an office party for the Friday night.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So Parker was in detail to go and confiscate fireworks from people. And you're just like, really? Oh, you bunch of heads.
God. Let them off of the police bar now. That would be funny.
They're all like, yeah, we'll have to safely dispose of these by lighting them on Friday night.
Yes, I know.
And you're like, oh, you bunch of bastards.
God, yeah. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm.
But I love the way Parker randomly found dynamite.
Yeah, he knows how to handle them. Not. Oh my God.
That's the worst person to have in charge of explosives.
Yeah, he shouldn't be anywhere near evidence. Oh my God. Oh.
But yeah, then we got after the encounter, they bring back the mini blob. Or no,
Oh,
they're in the brief. They're in the I need to see you two in the secret. You know, the nudge, nudge, wink,
the
wink.
secret. Yep.
Once again, there's something else. Like they're going, oh, what is it on me? And they see the mini blob like crawling up. And you're like,
I know.
that's brilliant. That
How
was brilliant effects.
did they do that? Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. Ooh, it was gross.
But it wasn't just CGI because you can actually see his shirt moving.
Yeah. So they've
That was
got
the thing.
something.
It wasn't like he was do you know what you see today and it's CGI and it's so obvious and nothing else happens around it.
Yep.
But his shirt
Yep.
is actually moving because the thing's going up his
Yeah.
neck, and you're like,
I
that's
know.
that's practical.
Yeah. Wonder how they did that.
I
I
don't know,
don't know, but it worked. It was brilliant. Yeah. It was quite cute actually, the little blob.
Yep. So they've realized that this Fatberg's become sentient, and yeah, this is where
Who the hell comes up with this shit, man? It's brilliant. Oh,
it's so basic as well. It's like just have a daft idea. Like it's ideas board, right? Here we go, boom. And I think at this point, that's what they do because they've got their characters, they've got the dynamics of their characters. So I think they know, right? What would O'Leary do in this? How's O'Leary going to act? How's Minot going to act? How's Macca? How's Park? You know, they sort of know that. So I think they just get just a whiteboard and like plop, right? Here's an idea. Let's spitball on that. Okay, script, you know.
Yep. That's it.
I could see them just at this point being that comfortable that they just even maybe put words together or somebody just wrote up Fatberg and sentient or something. You know, it just
yeah. Monster Fatberg. Yep. Tries to take over Wellington. Great concept. Love it. Works.
Right, Benjamin. The point we're trying to make is if you look at most shows, you think they're made by illiterates. They don't actually write or can't or don't have 1 ounce of imagination between them, and it's painful. Look at anything coming out today. It's freaking tragic. But these guys have done it that these are dopey 23-minute episodes of a show. And it should be there's an element of cleverness, like layered on top of the like just goofball humor. And that's what
absolutely
is really impressive.
Yep. Yeah, it's a combination of the writers as well as the directors and everything. It's not really just coming down to the writers.
No, but they have to. It's a team effort. They know the characters.
Yeah.
Like, how many shows have just died on their backside that have come out and movies where the writers don't have a clue what their characters are about, and it's just painful.
Yep, quite a few.
The last one I tried to watch, I think, properly was Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even finish the first episode.
Really?
The writing was that terrible. And none of and Chris and I are doing the movies.
Yes, I know.
And they're actually well written. You know, funny enough, they still hold up even after all this time. And you would think 6 zombie movies in a row would be like, okay, what else can they do? But they actually manage it, which is something else. But most of the other stuff is just like they try to do comedy and the jokes don't land because they don't know how to have characters. They try to do a bit of drama or horror and often, you know, they don't know how to do anything. What I really appreciate about this show is we know how the character's going to act. They throw in a little bit of dynamics or a bit of change or different types of banter, and they'll experiment, but they don't radically change the actual characters.
No, they have to keep them consistent. Otherwise, it's just going to fall over. I mean, it just wouldn't work.
Do you know any writers, Benjamin?
What's that? Come off it. Of course, writers know what their characters are.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah.
Oh, geez. I think we should ban him from coming on.
I try getting from A to B. You've got a certain part of the story and you want to get to another one, and your character's not playing ball because you're just not getting the freaking dialogue right or something that just, you're like, your character's not doing what you wanted to do, and your head's just like, ah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But why? Don't blame the writers. Oh my goodness.
No, but it's...
Benjamin.
I think a lot of it is, actually, the more I've looked at this stuff, a lot of it is the writing is either what makes things good or bad. Actors are just
100%.
actors.
Yeah.
And they'll work with what they're given. And once again, recently we've seen competent actors and some good actors doing absolute shit.
Yeah.
The Crow 2024 is a perfect example of that.
Yeah. Even he said not to watch
Bill
his own film.
Skarsgård is a great actor. He's so versatile.
Yes.
We've seen him in loads of stuff.
Yep.
And we've seen him like do a whole range, and then he plays that horrible bastardization of Eric Draven.
Yeah,
and
even he said himself, "Do not watch this."
Yeah, he's like,
if
"I'm
you
sorry."
Love the Crow, don't watch it. Yeah, exactly. So
I was contractually obliged to finish this movie. Don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. And that didn't come down to the writing. That came down to the fact that you tried to rip off one of a cult favorite, and then try to get money from it. Yeah, right.
But they wrote bad characters again. I mean, that's. Have you seen it yet?
Well, yeah. No, I'm not going to. I'm sorry. I'm totally boycotting that. I don't want to see it because it's going to ruin my experience of the first Crow. Because I'm going to be sitting there going, "Oh, that's it's just shit." I'll just get wound up and I'll get angry.
Have you seen the sequels?
There's no point.
Have you seen the 3 Crow sequels and the shitty TV show?
Nope.
Okay, I have watched those, and it still doesn't ruin my love for the original. That movie, however, last year.
Yeah.
Oh, I like. Well, if you see my 45-minute review where I swear for most of it.
I
just go, fucking
that one. That's right. Oh my god, I did watch that one. That's right.
I just raged the whole way through that review. I was so angry. That's bad writing.
Yeah.
That's people that don't understand characters.
Yeah.
That's people that don't have a clue how to get from one place to another, or do scenes or dynamics or
dialogue or stuff like that. It's really important. Yeah.
How much did that movie cost? 300 million? I was a 2-hour snore fest. Just pain. Here's a 23-minute episode of a TV show that didn't, stuck in a weird time.
No, that's crazy.
That's what I mean. You can compare this to The Crow 2024, which is a full blown on Hollywood production. A-list actors. No expense spared. And it was god awful. It was crap. It was offensive.
Yeah, I don't.
It was actually.
Watch it.
I don't get offended by much, but I was offended by that movie.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't know how you made it through that review without smashing something. The review was just me
offloading, getting it out of my system.
Oh,
here, Ben. It's all on the channel.
Yeah.
All reviews are on the channel. You know what I mean? Feel free to go back over. We've done 1 or 2 videos over the years. I think we're heading close to 2,000 odd videos at this point.
Oh, really? Oh my god, you're amazing.
Hang on, let's have a.
Wow.
We're nearly at 1,000 subscribers.
I know.
Past 2,000 videos, right? More than 2,000 videos.
Oh my goodness!
879 subscribers, 2K plus videos. Didn't even know when I hit the 2K mark. It's just like boom, go to the next one, go to the next one. Didn't even think to look.
Oh my god! There's been channels that are been up for 6 years and only have 100 videos. Congratulations.
That's didn't even realize. God's sake, that
Yay!
is didn't even
Fucking
realize it got
awesome.
past it. I thought it was still at like 1,200 or something. That was like
Oh my
last time I
God,
looked.
what a difference.
Last time I looked, it was like 1,200 videos. I don't even see the time go in.
Brilliant. Far out. My God. You
Yeah,
rock.
but yeah, this is an example of TV show, tight writing. You know
Yep.
the characters, and there's more in it than big budget movies. That's
Yep.
what makes it.
Yep.
It gives that sort of extra.
It's unique. It's definitely unique.
Mhm.
I couldn't compare it to any other one, really. No.
Yeah. And I love the fact that they decided to study the mini blow up, and the whole thing is, yeah, we said it was sentient, we didn't say it was smart.
Yes.
And I think I need a white coat now for
dear.
the theory, Chris's crazy theory section.
Yes, that would be a good one to
I
dissect.
can I do that during that intro? The little intro thing would have to be like 5 minutes long now to give me a chance to change into everything.
Oh God,
It's
yes.
bad enough doing the hat, the glasses, and then flicking over to do all the different bits.
Oh my gosh. Fun.
I
Fun,
just
fun.
get silly with this, but yeah.
Oh, you.
What was the whole thing about the fake? I forget about that. The fake police. Like apparently they're worried about fake police being everywhere.
Oh yeah, that's a thing over here, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, just everywhere.
You can buy a uniform for $20 at Pete's Emporium.
Yeah, it just
Or
looks.
Peaches and Cream. Yeah, no, I don't know. I didn't get that bit about the fake police. Oh, mind you, we were warned that if police come to our door, we have to ask for ID now. So I wonder if that was around the same time. It could
Maybe
have been.
because believe it or not, there's actually a stipulation where uniforms, like the police, that shade, you know, whatever, like depending what branch it is, but the particular shade that they use,
Yeah.
if it's not white, is patented that nobody else, like general chain stores, can't use it.
No, that's
To
right.
prevent that.
Yeah, absolutely. So they've got, these fake ones that you can wear for Halloween and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, but it
But
looks
they're not
fake.
legit. They're not legit. Yeah, exactly. They look fake. And I wonder if these guys actually had uniforms made up. They must have, because they look legit. They look like our actual police issued pants and shoes, and because I got some cop friends and I know what they wear and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it does look really legit. It's good.
But once again, you see stuff out there and it looks terrible.
Yeah. Or, because it's made in New Zealand, looking at it and going, that doesn't look like a New Zealand police uniform, would put a lot of people off, just that attention to detail.
Yeah.
So if you make it, if I was watching something from the UK and your police force, the Met, is it? If they weren't wearing what you're supposed to be wearing, then I would also
Which
know
they've done for
that
movies and it looks terrible.
Yes. And I've seen it in American movies as well, and they look terrible. You can get away with sheriff's ones, I think, because they're quite different in different states, but their uniform looks particularly, a particular way. And, so those things to attention to detail. I mean, the police car itself looks legit. Those things really do count, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's once again, this is all things that get you to buy in and realize that they're putting in effort. And I think we've talked about this before. When you feel like there's effort being put in, then you get invested. If you feel like they don't care, then you kind of switch off.
If it translates into the film and you find it authentic and believable, then you'll buy into it. If it looks like crap and it's shit costumes and stuff like that, you're just not going to be. You just go, oh, it's just another crappy TV show, So
yeah, and it's like all the others. You don't even bother.
No.
But yeah, I just love the way they bring out the board and they start having the theory. I'm just like, hold on, we do the crazy theories here. Let's get out of our lane. Get out of stop copying us.
Exactly.
I got a second-hand offense, even though, yes, I know technically this came out years before we started, but we still win.
Yes, no, Chris's crazy theories are phenomenal. They really are.
See, the minute he brought out the flip chart, I knew we were onto something.
Yeah,
It was that
exactly.
moment he brought out the flip chart for one of the way back. I'm like, oh god, this is getting serious now, right? And that's where it just evolved.
Yeah, brilliant. That was a great scene. Oh dear. Oh, by the way, potato.
Get them potatoes peeled. Make Dale some peas. Make her some peas in a cup. Look up
Mashed
peas in a
peas
cup
in a
and
cup,
make Dale
please.
some as a reward for
For being awesome.
making you go through all this.
Oh my god. I'll unchain you soon. Yeah, okay.
I didn't. Is that what rate of divorces do podcasts cost?
Oh, 90%.
That's
Oh
a problem. You have
dear.
nerds. Nerds just do nerdy stuff and like doing nerdy stuff, and that's it. And once a nerd discovers, oh, here's a new nerdy thing I like, it just becomes all encompassing.
It does consuming.
Just be glad I haven't got yous in the role playing games, because if you start down that rabbit hole, you'll never come out.
Yeah, no, I don't have the time for that.
It doesn't matter. You just
He does.
you don't really need to sleep. You know what I mean? That's a fallacy. Like you can. What's better is after a week when you collapse for 6 hours from exhaustion, like that's the best sleep you'll ever get. But like just normal going to bed every night and sleeping and waking up refreshed, yeah, you don't need that. That's silly. Are you really an artist? Are you really a creator if you like go to bed and like sleep normally and be refreshed in the mornings and you're not tired all the time?
Oh yeah, no, you're supposed to stay up all night and yeah, no eating, no drinking, no sleeping. Yep. That's really healthy for you. Not.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I don't honestly, I don't know how some podcasters can do it. I mean, 12-hour streams and shit. What? It's like, oh, that's crazy. And there was another guy I know who did a 48-hour
50-hour
stream?
stream, yeah. Well, that was silly. Imagine doing that.
Just imagine, yeah, man. He must have been quite delusional afterwards. Hallucinating. I bet you were hallucinating by the end
if
of
you
it.
just see during that marathon, if you actually look at me, was it 25 videos, 25 streams, because I come straight on. You look at me from stream 1 and then definitely right about stream 18 or 19, you can see I'm not there.
Yeah.
You can actually see me just going, yeah, I'm not there anymore. And see when it was finished, like when I did the last stream, I just stared blankly for like an hour. It wasn't like I just went, oh, I'm going to get some sleep now. I was out. I was like completely gibbering.
You were sleeping with your eyes open. Oh my god!
I'd actually passed through. You're not honestly, you're not tired anymore. Like after the first 24 hours, like it's all right, but you go somewhere else. Like, do you know when people have you know when they do that like sleep experiments and stuff, and people actually go do lolly and that, and you hear about that's one of the big things to do, that sleep deprivation and stuff.
Yeah,
it really does put your head away.
Yeah.
But you can actually watch me degrade. Check out that playlist, folks. The movie marathon. That was that was never to be repeated. That's never happening again.
Yeah, no, not for your sanity. Yeah,
no, I was squirrely. Even after the last stream, I couldn't sleep for like 2 hours. My brain was just
wired.
It couldn't switch off.
You're not 20 anymore, you know.
No.
No,
that was a while ago.
Yeah, me too. Staying up for three days and 3
Thanks
nights.
for coming on, Benjamin. Get the
Been fun. Go back to the kitchen sink. It literally is. Thank you. Funny.
But
Keep
yeah,
it in the family.
back to the theory. I just love the fact that he drew it. It went from the Fatberg survived on like rodents,
Oh,
and then
God.
it went to an octopus. Like somehow he got from rodents to octopus
Yes.
to a giraffe.
To a
And
giraffe.
then he went, "Oh, I just drew that for fun." You're like, "Huh? Have many giraffes went missing over the last month?"
We don't even bloody have giraffes, only in the zoo, you ning nong. Yeah, exactly. That was funny. That was a funny scene.
Maka
He's
still is
cool.
my favorite character in this because he is
He
off his
is.
nut.
He's nuts. He is.
I know Minogue and O'Leary are like the main focus, but when Maka comes in, he just owns it. You know,
He does.
he's not there.
I don't even think the film would do it. The series would be as good as it is without the character like Marker.
No,
to
he's
come in and instigate shit. Yeah,
yeah,
good.
but it's the balance, isn't it?
It is. It is. They've nailed it. They've nailed the balance really, really well. Actually, you know, a bit of Parker in there, and then Marker, and then those two, and everything else that's going on. You know, it's quite action packed for 20 minutes, right?
That's it. And Parker's one of those characters where less is more.
Yes.
You don't. If you put too much of Parker in, you would ruin it because he's only one note character.
Yeah,
but he's interjected
right.
at the right moments, throughout the series.
Yes. Perfect.
But yeah, they decide they're going to go hunt down the Fatberg, and then we meet Michelle, the council worker, who's like been on the job for far too long. Like you can just tell she's like nothing phases her anymore.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my god, that's hardcore Kiwi accent she had.
Yep, but I love her whole thing was no running.
Yeah, no running.
No running on the health and safety. No running.
Yeah, no, she played a good part.
But this is where they dialed us up a notch. I wasn't expecting it, but when we actually get the full Fatberg, in the sewers.
Yes,
the mixed practical effects, because that's definitely some sort of material. I don't know whether it's a curtain or it's not plastic, but it's definitely kind of pushing, and they've lured the CGI over the top.
Yes, definitely. That
You can actually see it physically moving after them, so somehow they've got that rigged up, and it looks great.
It looks fantastic. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't happen very often. But yeah, we lost another camera crew member.
Yes,
there's only been like
second one
over
second
both
one
TV
down.
series. Yep. There's been about 4 camera crew members lost over two series.
Yes, that's right. Yep. The Tanifar, I think, took one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's another thing that don't overuse.
No. In fact, you kind of forget the camera's there as a documentary until like O'Leary or someone points it out, or Minogue points it out, or something.
Like, don't just stand there, phone, give me a hand. They're trying to rescue.
Yes.
Trying to rescue Michelle, and then that's where the camera man goes. The cameraman goes in.
Yeah, sorry, cameraman, and we didn't know your name.
Yeah.
Cameraman number 2. Yeah. Poor cameraman.
Yeah. But then we get I thought that would have been the pinnacle, and they would have done it in the sewers off camera, but no, they bring it up in the street. And of course, the gag is the fireworks. That's the plank. Slapstick comedy. The plank was the big box of fireworks, but we kind of knew they were going to get involved.
Yep. Yes.
But when you see the scene the way they did the street, right, you've got all the sort of blobs and stuff. When the people get freed and the thing blows up. But then you've got like mini fires.
I know.
This is a dopey TV show. Like that's a lot of work.
It is. That was so impressive. My gosh, man, the stuff they do is extraordinary. I mean, I do not see that in any bloody thing I watch anyway. That's, it's, I don't know, just bloody good.
I'm thinking the most extravagant TV shows back in the 80s were Airwolf and the A-Team.
Yeah, true.
Possibly
true,
Knight
true,
Rider,
true.
but Knight Rider was different. It was more of a character-driven thing as opposed to special effects. But Airwolf and the A-Team were all 100% special effects.
Yep.
But their
A-Team,
stuff was
definitely.
done. It was a intershot. Like Airwolf was the same 3 shots recycled.
Right.
So when they did the initial cost of shooting the helicopter, pressing the 3 buttons, they were all recycled shots. It was always a Russian MiG, and it was always the same Russian MiG that either went this way or went that way that got blown up.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? The A-Team was the same thing. It was all, you could tell it moved to the set for the special effects.
Yeah.
Like when they did stuff with the trucks and all.
And
you could tell it moved to a different stage. But this is right in the set where the actors are.
I know. Right there. Yep.
I don't know how best to describe it. You can definitely tell, like, when those, they were, like, say, were off, like, nobody's really matched them shows.
No, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the actor was terrible, yes. But, I mean, in terms of...
Oh, yeah, of course, but...
the special effects and the action set pieces...
for their time was amazing.
No, but even for this time, no other TV show has went that length.
For a TV show itself, no.
Yeah.
No, I suppose not. No. Yeah.
But then you see this, and you see the actual. It's like close-up magic.
Yeah, close-up magic, yes.
Yeah, because that's what I'm trying to think. Yeah, because like the A-Team stuff, everything all felt distance, far away. And they would have done a shot where you had the crew on the stage, and then they jumped in the helicopter, but then it moved to a faraway shot when the helicopter's taken off.
Yes, that's right, yes.
Where this is all done up close. So when they have to back, when things blow up, it's like right there. And I haven't seen another show do it like this.
No, this one, no. It's very, very the technology they've used for it is seamless, isn't it? I mean,
and I think it's
you don't know what's real and what's not. Yeah. I mean, it all looks legit, which is really good. They need to bring stuff like that, into other areas, like you said. There's these guys that could teach other people how to do things properly, without doubt. Masterclass.
Most TV they're just paint by numbers, churn out stuff. I think most networks need to just die.
Yeah,
I think it would just be the whole entertainment industry needs to not be an industry anymore.
Yeah,
where they're just churning out stuff. We don't need 50 streaming channels, 200 TV stations, all that. There's too many people doing bad things, and somehow I think we're inadvertently paying for it without actually directly funding it. You take a cable contract, for example, you're locked into like loads of stuff you're never even going to watch. Even now with the streaming services, you're buying packages of 4 or 5 channels.
Yeah.
Because if you subscribe to, you just can't really subscribe to one thing anymore because it doesn't have everything you watch.
No. But that's right.
There's too many. So everything's
I think I've got about 4. I've got about 4 streaming them and different things now. And I've been watching Netflix lately, and I've been wondering, okay, what's been going on here? Because now they're pulling out movies with the token characters in it, and I'm like, what are you doing with that?
That's been
but it's years. But it's way more obvious now. Like you can actually pinpoint, like, okay, this is car show he's watching that's does it cars. First, I saw this chick with red hair come on, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, so she's a mechanic. Okay,
bright red hair.
Yep, bright red hair. Yep,
dyed bright red. Yeah.
Yep, and I'm like, okay, I've never seen that before. Right, let's keep watching these people. And next minute, there's the token bloody Asian mastermind nerd. There's the big fat white guy that looks like a mechanic but is too up himself to be a mechanic. There's the black token guy that's the MC. And I was just sitting there going, I must be dreaming. This isn't really happening. Is it? And
Yeah,
it
they're not
was. It was
characters
just
either. They're stereotypes, or that's the worst thing
the
about tokenization.
stereotype.
They're not
That's
characters.
right. They're not. And I'm just like, oh no, I've completely lost faith in humanity now. This is just for a car show.
Yeah.
You're doing the token characters for a car show? Are you shitting me? Netflix? I was just like, oh my god. And then the dad joke came out, hey, nigga. And I was just like, what the fuck? You're saying that on, oh my god.
Oh god, when Chris and I were reviewing Leprechaun Back to the Hood, it was all that sort of shit, and you're like, oh god, this is offensive. It's I actually got secondhand offense because the way people were being betrayed on it. You're like, this doesn't help anybody. This is bullshit.
It's not helping anybody.
But that's the sort of people behind it. That's what they do. They don't have. Once again, we've got all different people in this show.
Yep.
But they're characters.
Yep, the characters. That's right.
They're actual characters, no right. So you get on board with them, and they've had all sorts of. I don't like using the D word because I think it's been corrupted.
Yeah.
Diversity's that word has been corrupted now, and it doesn't mean what it means. I hate it.
No, that's an old word now.
Yeah, it's not. It no longer means what it meant originally because it's not variety. It's actually this paint stereotypes and
Yep.
Just no time for it. But this show, we have everything.
Yeah.
Everybody, and it all fits.
Yeah.
Because it's well written, and there's
absolutely. And there's no token characters, which is what I love the most. Yeah. It's just so brilliant. They all fit together. It doesn't matter what race they are. It doesn't matter anything. No token characters, and they just get on brilliantly. And we can see that in the result of the film, of the episodes. Yeah.
But these are clever people.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Taika lost his brain. He went to Hollywood and went Wibble, so he's paying the price for that now.
Yeah.
But most people, the people that get into entertainment, it's mainly nepotism. They know somebody who knows somebody else who greases the wheels for them. It's not because of talent.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, shows that get pushed off.
Yep.
And you'll get The Walking Dead for 50 million series and a spin-off of The Walking Dead, and it's all the same crap every week. I can even get past. I've watched the first season of that.
I didn't even watch any of it.
I watched the first season just to see, and I can't even remember how it ended. There's something blew up at the end.
Oh, God.
I remember him riding into the thing with the horse. And then I remember something blowing up at the end. There's stuff happened in between, and I couldn't tell you because it's just meh.
I don't know how they managed to do a zombie thing for so long. It's just, I don't know.
And once again, Resident Evil.
You've got to be into it.
They put token characters in, and it became a high school drama. There was like 8 or 9 minutes in, it stopped being a zombie movie, and it became a high school drama with token characters, and the race swapped Wesker, and you're like, and they tried to make him, because the race swapped him, they had to be sympathetic.
Oh,
and you're like, Wesker's a straight out villain in both the games and the movies. He's a straight out villain. What the hell?
What, we're supposed to like the villain now?
Once again, people, they're afraid to write villains. Villains can't be villains. They have to be anti-heroes. I hate that term, anti-heroes, as well. That's shit.
Oh gosh, I didn't even know why they invented that stupid word.
Everything's becoming beige. It's beigeism.
Beige, yeah, bland.
It's the bland beige.
Copy and paste.
Paint by numbers.
Paint by
fast
numbers.
Food. Fast food chain.
Yeah, no, seriously, it is. Yeah.
If we tell you to put the color green in number 3, that's what you do. Do not deviate.
Yeah, do not improv. No, nothing like that.
You will not blend. You will not cross out the lines. You will do
Yep.
as you're told, and you will
Yep.
watch what we tell you to watch and just pound over your money and
Yep.
not argue. Yeah, I'm over it.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Yeah, me too.
I'm not even angry anymore, but I'm just like, I'm over it. Just
Over it.
um,
Same old.
it takes
Until
a
we get
lot
little.
for me to go out to the cinema these days.
Mm.
Last time I went to the cinema was Nosferatu,
Ah,
and even that's a bloody remake.
yeah, I know.
And the only reason I went to watch it was because it's Robert Eggers.
Yep.
Directing.
Yep.
But if
I
he's
still
going
gotta
to go down this path because he's talking about the Wolfman next, if he's going to just start wasting his time in remakes, yeah, he's gonna lose me as a fan because when he does his
you
own
and a
stuff,
few
there's
others.
dramas.
Yep. Now if he falls into that,
But
he'll be
that's the
losing a
studios
lot of
trying to
people.
force him to make all this shit.
Yeah, of course. You want to make money, you have to do it my way. That's the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm paying your bills. I'm paying your money. I'm paying you to do this. So you do what I tell you to do. Yeah. There's no teamwork. There's no passion. There's no everybody getting together for a common, victory run of, and it's just, I don't know.
No, it's
Shit.
I want to get that organized sometimes. I want to talk about virtue signaling and horror because it all links, and it's all used as a lazy trope, the masked mediocrity and laziness.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it does. That's right. And it shows. That's why they flop.
Well, it's people have like done and got
it.
sick and they just walk away now.
Yeah. Yep. Oh God, there's been so many horrors in the last couple of weeks I've been trying to watch, and I've had to turn off about 4 or 5.
You have to watch Popeye the Slayer, man.
Really? Okay,
yes.
Popeye the Slayer.
Oh my God, I was so surprised by that. That is so much fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
That is a fun movie. Cameron and I reviewed it there, and yeah, I was so surprised how good that movie was.
Okay, thank you. Cool.
Because that's a good one. And more, do you know when you're actually going? I want to see the sequel.
Really?
Yeah,
it was that good.
It was that good.
Oh,
I'm
that's
like, when's the
coming
sequel
from
out?
you. Wow.
I surprised myself.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm going, and even Cameron was surprised, going, "You like this?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's bloody brilliant." And he's trying to find ways to argue with me, and I'm like, "Mate, I'm enjoying this." And he's like, "But I enjoyed it too." Yeah.
Oh no, you two actually agreed on something?
Yeah, we both get confused.
Jeez, you wouldn't know what to do after that.
Yeah, we couldn't look each other in the eyes. It felt wrong.
Oh no. And you have to start lying for your channel and pretend you hate all the movies that he likes. You can't even do that.
Well, I can, because most of the stuff he likes is absolutely terrible.
Well,
like,
yeah,
we still argue about Winnie the Pooh. That's blood and honey, because I don't like
still
him.
haven't watched it. I don't want to see I don't want to see Winnie the Pooh become a serial killer.
It wasn't. If it had been done in this style, that's what I was saying. If it had been done in that style of Popeye the Slayer Man, it'd have been brilliant. That's what I was waiting for. The movies of the whole nursery rhymes, nursery tales being turned into horrors.
Jeez.
This was the movie I was waiting for, Popeye the Slayer Man, and yeah.
Oh, wow.
And if you watch the cartoon, the Easter eggs are
brilliant. Yeah. Oh, I used to love Popeye. Yeah.
Yeah, well, if you've watched the cartoons, you're familiar. There's loads of Easter eggs, and it's bloody. You're just like, yes.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. Awesome.
I'll not spoil
it. Is that the one you reviewed yesterday?
Well, we reviewed it on Sunday as part of the talk spot, but I clip out the review.
Okay.
Cool. Because I realized before that when we do the talk spot, it doesn't get as much. People don't come on for the movie. So what I do is we do the live stream. We do our usual. I clip out the news articles that we do, and then I clip out the movie review.
Excellent. You're onto it.
So it actually works. People get the also it's catalog. So what we realize as well is Cameron and I spend like an hour going, have we seen that one? Did we talk about that one?
Oh no.
So now by clipping them out, we've got a catalog of all the movies we have actually watched. So it's like, yeah, we have. Yeah, okay, we've done that one.
It
Where
gets to
before
that
we
point.
couldn't do it because it's just on the talk spot and it's like taking too long to search through. Like I
Oh,
said,
brilliant.
2,000 plus videos. Give us a free mind.
Far out. Seriously, I don't know any other YouTube channel that's got so many videos. Oh my god, there might be one, but that's it. God,
But
they're
anyway,
amazing.
yeah, the last one here, Bird Woman.
Oh god,
I really loved this. This was really cool as
yes,
well.
this was a different one. Yeah, brilliant.
And they managed to
Right
ramp it
from the
up
start.
again.
Yeah, I know. Ah, brilliant.
But yeah, to start off, we find out about the Bird Woman, and yeah, it's important to know the difference between a scream and a screech because that's vital.
Oh yeah, totally. It means the same thing, you idiots. Oh my gosh.
No, because the scream somebody
Oh yes, they did
yeah
actually
in
give an
trouble.
example. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a screech. Yes, and that's a scream. Yep. Okay. Got it. That's important for my writing to know the difference.
Yeah.
Oh.
I can't remember where the comment came from. This is what I said about them changing up the humor because O'Leary asked an innocuous question, and then Minogue just went into his life story.
Oh, I know. He loves to tell people what he does.
But
Like too much.
yeah, but at the same time, they've also dealt. You know, why in the first season, a lot of these scenes went on for too long,
Some of
where they
them did,
actually lost
yes.
the joke.
Yep,
They've
that's right.
really tightened it up. This is the
They
beginning
have.
of the third season. They've really tightened it up.
Yes. Yep. Beginning of fourth season, isn't it? Oh my god, yeah.
This is the first episode of the
That's
fourth
right.
season.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this
And
is
they
a good
started
one.
off with a bang. Like they've really went
Yeah, they did. Full on in this one.
Mhm. But what was it? Yeah, the guy goes missing, and yeah, Minogue is just like panning on him, just like really getting into what he does in his spare time. Stuff like, mate, that's randomly obsessed.
Oh, just a tad bit creepy. Oh my god. It was like, I'm like, is there something wrong with Minogue? Because he's not usually
But this is
like
what they
that.
do with Minogue. They change him up. Like I said, one minute he's just the hapless idiot.
Yeah,
Then he's just randomly the cool guy, like the whole hot tub things. You remember they did that a couple of times,
I
right? Like
know.
when he gets in the hot tub and he's partying with people and they all love him, and like in the Sevens Ghost, like they want to take
Yeah,
him with him because he's a fun guy.
I know. It's yeah, I love his characterization. It's
And
so
then he
unique.
randomly does this.
Oh
But
god, he's nuts.
I love the briefing scenes.
They are good. They're a good interlude. I reckon they are. Yep. And you get to see the other cops as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parker.
Parker.
I can't even remember the knock knock joke. And he got Macca at it, you know. Though you have to do the knock knock bit or it doesn't work. And it just fell flat. You're like, what the hell was that?
He told it the wrong way around.
Yeah, he did it knock knock. Hello.
Dumbass.
Yeah.
Had to do with brown. So basically a brown alert in a swimming pool. I think that's what they were trying to say.
Yeah, I just
And
was
it
awkward.
didn't land because that's Parker. Because he's
Yeah.
a dick and he doesn't know what he's talking about.
But I was just like bad, and you're just like, oh my god. And you could just feel the cringe in the
Yes.
room.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But that was so well done to have a bad joke that didn't land instead of making it a serious joke
Yeah.
that didn't land. You know, it was deliberately done like that. And I think that was really good.
Like I said,
It adds
Parker's a
to his
great character, but he's
He
one of
is,
those
yeah.
less is more.
Definitely. If I saw him doing something major in every episode, it'd be like, he doesn't really fit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good to have him in the bits where we need something extra. Yeah.
But
Or another cop in the scene. Yeah.
That's what they're playing on. He wants to join the paranormal unit,
Oh
and they
yeah.
don't want them in. Like they only bring him on when they have to, because he's the only one like
Yes.
as nuts
Yeah.
as the rest of them. But he's also
Yeah.
too nuts that they can't have him like in the office. Like, do you remember
No.
that? What was it? Minogue got taken down the portal.
Oh.
So Parker went riding shotgun with O'Leary, and it was just like,
Yeah.
oh, just
Yeah. It was wrong. It was
yeah.
so wrong. Yep.
And they actually
It was
managed to
so wrong.
translate that across, and you're like,
Yes.
yep.
The awkwardness and the Yep. Definitely.
But somebody's went, yeah, this guy's got taken, and they're starting to see this bird lady, or they've like described it as a huge bird, but it's also a person, and
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to find. And then we meet Beverly.
Yes,
I
Beverly.
didn't think somebody could outdo doing Maca things, but yeah.
I know. God. She was classic.
But even the fact that the opening scene, like him letting her into the office, psst, door open, psst, and making this.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
O'Leary and Minogue are just like, yeah, it's part of the day job. They just accept that he's nuts. But then you think, right, Beverly, you're going to be the sensible one coming in, and you're going to look at this guy and go, nah. And then you realize that she is off her box completely. Just
just a tad bit obsessed. Poor thing. Yeah. She was funny. She was cool, actually. I liked her.
But I love the way, like, we haven't had a lesbian joke in a while.
No.
Are you in the
brilliant.
birds? I dabble. And you're just like, and then it was just thrown away, and you're like, oh my god, that's done it again. It's been so long.
Oh, I reckon she did that. I reckon she improv'd. I don't know, because
they've had a few. Obviously, the joke is O'Leary looks like a butch lesbian, with her hair and stuff. That's been the running joke throughout this.
Yeah.
And they're aware of the joke, and she's aware. She's obviously got stick and stuff, and
Yes, from everyone.
They play this up every so often, just enough. You're just giggling, but you're laughing with them because she's in the joke too, and that shows how you have to be comfortable with yourself, don't you?
Oh, you'd have to be able to rip off jokes like that, and I don't know,
joking about
be
yourself.
that person.
Yeah. And just having fun with it. Yeah, I know I look like a stereotype. Yeah, it's fun to play with it, but it doesn't change my life. I hate comedians that just blah 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 blah. I'm this blah 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 blah, and that's their one line, and that's all they have.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
And she's a comedian outside of this, so she does stand up and stuff.
Yes, which you wouldn't really know unless you looked her up, I suppose, because I don't know, like stand-up comedians have a different way of being funny, I suppose, whereas when you're in a TV show like this, you're getting told what to do and how to be funny. But I think I don't know, there's some places I have to wonder if she's improvising, because she's just it just feels like a throwaway sort of comment, and it just lands brilliantly. It's hard to tell because it's so seamless. Yeah.
I think this is a collaborative effort. I think everybody on this show's on board.
Oh,
and wanted to
without
succeed.
a doubt.
So what we don't have here, and I think this is the problem with the generic stuff, is the actors just turn up and do their lines.
Yep.
And that's all they do, and they go back to their trailers, they flounce about. I think this is a creative team.
Yep.
And I think it almost feels like YouTube, and the way we'll sit and we'll talk about stuff, and are we going to plan this, or if we're going to have a discussion, we sort of think about how we're going to go about it and what we want to talk and what we want to, various viewpoints and stuff.
Yeah.
It's a collaborative team effort. It's not like,
yeah,
here's the script for tonight and we go by the rote. I wouldn't
No.
know. I'd be bored.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no.
With talking points of what we want to cover, just so we don't miss anything. But
Yep.
it's we kind of
It's
know, especially after 3 years. We didn't see 3 years go by.
oh, I know it's so fast, eh? Gone.
And it's amazing just how long we've been at this, these things. But
Yeah.
we've got that point that we kind of know where each person comes from when
Mm,
we're having these sort of talking points, and it's not even about agreeing or anything. It's just like, okay, I understand that could be interesting to discuss, not in
yep.
an antagonistic way, but just
No, no,
you might
no.
have a different viewpoint on this than me or a different perspective. Let's have
Yep.
a chat about whatever,
Discussion about it. Yeah.
And I think that same collaborative spirit
Yeah, I
is in
think
this show.
100%. And I think what they're probably doing is using everybody's best abilities. So, Minogue, O'Leary being a comedian, maybe they're just like, well, would you want some input? Can you
Mhm,
input some stuff and and we'll talk about it, and would that be funny for you if you did that? Or maybe you're allowed to improvise, and if we don't like it, we won't have it, we'll start, we'll cut.
mhm.
I think that's what they're doing in their collaborative efforts. I think they've probably grabbed each other's skill sets and put them together, and which has made this what it is because of that. I feel that that's probably what's going on.
I think we saw in the first season that sort of they're trying to figure it out.
Yes, trying to. Yep,
You
but they
could you
still
could see
got
that.
it.
Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They did more. You know what I mean? It was more enjoyable for the odd bad bit that really stuck out. You could tell they were trying and they were trying to get the right length and stuff, but you could find out. You could see that they
Yeah.
were um getting it. By the end of the second season, they've got it figured out,
Yes,
and now this is
definitely.
just rolling.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the bits we would have picked up on in season one and the first couple of episodes of season two have pretty much they've disappeared. We're not picking up the same.
No, exactly. Those little fluffy fill-in bits, they're
Yeah.
gone.
I'll never
Yeah.
forget the other scene in the bottom car park with the blood. Remember they spilled the blood
Oh,
bags?
yes.
And
Yes.
that went on, and you're like, oh, right, okay, you can end the scene now.
Yep.
And it just went on far too long, and there was a couple of other
Yep.
ones that got
There's a couple of other ones, yeah, that did, and we did say that, and
yeah.
yeah,
But
and then they fixed it.
they've obviously went and they've looked at that and went, nah,
Yeah.
I see that. So that's
Yes,
self-awareness.
it is. And which is brilliant because there's a lot of TV shows that would continue to do the same thing, and these guys didn't. They came together and it's worked out brilliantly.
Mhm.
They chose the cast very well.
So here's another example as well of so they build the bird trap.
You mean the Minogue trap?
Yeah, but I thought it was CGI.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Oh,
when they did the
okay.
distance
It's
shot.
because you don't know. You don't know.
Yeah,
Yes, it
when they
it
did the
was from a
distance shot,
different.
I thought it was a CGI bird trap, and it was going to fly in.
Yes. Well, it was far quite actually. You could. Yep. I get you.
Uh,
But then when it actually happens, you see that they've actually put boxes together,
it's
haven't they?
legit, like the proper size.
Legit. Brilliant. I mean, that in itself is just amazing. I mean, when I saw that, I was just like, that's something that I would love to do, but no, don't have the skill sets to do that sort of
Mhm.
thing. That's just brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, but that's
Mm.
somebody who's went to the effort of getting the tape out and sticking it, and that's a lot of work. And
Yeah.
believe it or not, cardboard's heavy. That's a reinforced stuff, like for
Yes, it
pack
is.
boxes. That stuff's
That's right.
heavy.
It is. They are. So it would have taken a good team to get that, looking exactly like it did because it was
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
There's only one thing here. It's when Michelle talks about her great blah blah blah, blah grandfather. It worked once. The second time she did it, you're like, oh no, please.
Oh my God.
But was that intentionally? Was the joke that it was annoying, like the Parker knock knock joke?
Yeah, definitely. That's why they did it twice. Yeah,
I think the second
because
time is to make you go, "Oh God, no, she's one of these."
yeah, that's exactly what it was. But then they shortened it a little bit, didn't they? Like, I mean, anyway, my God, New Zealand's only like 400 years old. There's no way she's got great times 10 grandparents.
Yeah.
My goodness. She's probably got like great parents, but that's it. Great grandparents. Oh my goodness. Yeah. It was silly. She was a funny character, wasn't she? She's a bit weird.
Because then I find out that it turns out she has, like, because of her
Personal
family history, it's like Van Helsing and Dracula. You know, what I mean, they've been at odds with
Yes.
each other with the Bird Woman.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, this is another joke that brought back up again. I didn't realize that Maka still has his room up for rent.
Yeah, wow. He hasn't filled it. Obviously, nobody wants to live with him. There is one
Or
person who wants to live with him.
is the one you don't want living with you?
Yeah. Yeah, he likes to ignore that, doesn't he? He's either deliberately ignoring Parker about that, or he's just like it's not even in his
Yeah.
mind.
I
Yeah.
have to say though, the budgie scene annoyed me.
Oh, you poor thing. I
I'm
thought of you.
like, what are you doing? There must have been a lot of camera. I thought if they're chasing that bird around the place, scaring the crap out of it. Oh, I was ready to.
It would have a trainer there. It'd be a trained one, right?
Yeah, they
Can you
must, because
train
there's no
your
way they're
bird?
chasing it around the.
Yeah, no, there's no way. That's animal abuse. They wouldn't do that. No. No, they wouldn't. Not over here. We're pretty
Yeah, but once
hard.
again, they use the. And I don't mean the fan. I know the fan scene was fake, but I mean them chasing the bird around like that is getting me. Like, what the hell are you doing?
I know. That was horrible. I was like, and I was thinking of you because it looks like you're one of your babies.
Yeah, they're fast, you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
I was just
Different
like,
color.
yo,
I think
minor
they're different
cockatiels.
colors.
That's a budgie gar.
Oh, is that what the difference
Yeah,
is? Oh,
different
gosh.
species, but I
Okay.
had budgies growing up. First
Did
bird
ya?
was a budgie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was great. She used to wait
cute.
for us coming home from school. She would come out and she'd wait on a little money plant, and that was our little
Yeah.
perch by the window, and wait for us to come home. And
Oh my goodness.
she always come out we had to lift off her water dish. It was one of them ones on the outside. So the only way she'd come out of the cage was through the water dish, but then she'd go back in through the door. She was weird.
Oh my
Little things.
God.
But yeah, we always had birds. At one stage, we
Oh,
had 4 birds in the
wow.
living room, and
Wow.
yeah, 3 budgies and a cockatiel, and it was like flipping.
Oh
When they
my
all went off,
gosh.
started a racket. It was like,
Oh my goodness. But
but
brave people have birds as pets because they're very, very delicate, aren't they? So
well, they're very flighty. That's why I was annoyed by the scene. I'm like, if they're really chasing that bird about, that thing's terrified.
yeah, I doubt it, eh? I doubt it
No,
very
it's
much.
obviously carefully scripted shots. I always
Put it in,
remember,
yeah.
the Alfred Hitchcock movie, The Birds?
Yes, I loved that.
So those birds were actually trained
Yes.
to fly, but what it was, people ran about, and then what they were trained to do, if somebody stopped running, the bird would land on them. What they had the task to do was
Ah.
run about, and then every so often they would say, number 3, stop. They would stop, so the bird would land on them. Number 5, and get people just to stop randomly while they were running, so the bird would land on them.
Wow. I did
And then
not
the
know
minute before we
that.
won the game, the bird would take off. So they had that. That was actually one of the most complicated
Wow.
scenes. The picnic bit where they're all getting.
Yeah, man, that's wild scene. Wild.
That was legit choreographed with trained birds and people who were comfortable having a bird land on them.
Wow. That's amazing.
So the more I'm thinking about this scene, actually, yeah, the birds being called to certain point, being recalled to certain points,
Yes.
and everyone else is running about, and it's obviously being trained to do this because
Yes. Because that was a good
really tiny
scene.
wee cage. Oh,
I know, right? It was pathetic. Yeah.
Like I have a
It
7
was
foot
like
by
a
6
mouse
foot
cage.
cage. Yeah,
It was like a mouse cage. Yeah.
yeah. That's alright
Poor
for a traveling
birdie.
cage, but
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it
Yep.
turns out that Parker swiped it off his uncle because he thought it would convince Maka to let him move in with him. You're like, Parker,
No.
you're creepy, son. You are the most frightening character in this.
He is. He is. Oh, he's a Dexter waiting to happen, I think.
Yeah, he's the one that's going to
Yeah.
be in the end of your bed staring at you, you know, at 3
Oh,
o'clock in the
yeah.
morning.
Oh, God. No.
But
Yeah.
yeah, the scene where they're like, Beverly gets swiped and
Yep.
they are
It
going
was funny.
through cheaping out of the bloody no.
They're nuts. They're nuts. They really are.
Or no, she was trying to go "Wah, wah," or something.
Cheep, 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 cheep. Yeah, quack,
Yeah,
quack.
yeah, no, they were doing that as well, and you're like, what the hell? And
Yeah.
yeah, they thought it was French, so they're like, le cheap, cheap.
Yeah. They
You're
could
like,
be
what?
French. Yeah. Oh, crikey.
Oh, this was
Nuts.
like it's things like that. That's just them getting in the moment and going for it.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah.
And that's when you know you
Excellent.
got proper performers, you know, that aren't afraid
Oh,
to.
yeah.
It's this was almost in par with Nadja's echolocation, which to
Yeah.
me that is the best bit of TV ever. Is Nadja
Oh,
going through the
yeah.
sewers trying to echolocate in human form like a bat.
She's
I
adorable.
I didn't think anybody else could make a noise until O'Leary
O'Leary.
started doing bird calls out the speaker. It's always like hold my beer. Like
Yeah.
these are the two best bits of TV ever.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh my
And she was
gosh.
losing her shit as well. Did you notice?
They were which
She
bit?
was no Minogue's he's always like he doesn't react. But that's the second time I've seen her nearly break
Slip. Yep, yep,
out
yep,
of character.
yep, yep.
Because you could just see the smile, you know, creeping up there, and
Just you
like,
can see it, eh? Yeah, it's quite noticeable here. Yeah.
yeah, you
Minogue
just
gets away with laughing though. It's like he's allowed to laugh at things
yeah, but
sometimes.
he
It's
gets
like,
you know what I
well,
mean. He can stay in character. He's fine, but you know why
yeah.
O'Leary is the straight man all the time.
Yes.
And the only time was the slugs in the salad. That's the only time I don't know what it was,
That's
but that's the
right.
only time I've seen her like about to break character. And this
Yep.
time, when she's doing this, and this one I understand, but like you could just see her about to break character.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm surprised she doesn't. She probably does, and they have to retake over and
Oh
over
yeah,
and over
afterwards, but I mean, actually during the
again.
scene that's you know, I mean, they couldn't retake any more. That she's just
No.
on the verge of the ridiculousness of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
But yeah, the whole car gets lifted. That was some special effects.
That was
Again,
bloody brilliant. The Majestic Centre, far out. That's tall. That's one of the tallest buildings in Wellington, and
mm-hmm.
yeah, just seeing it there on top of the bloody car. I mean, I don't know. I had to rewind it a couple of times because I'm pretty sure I saw wires, and then I was like, I rewound it again, and I'm like, are those what? Can I actually see the wires this time? So I'm not too sure. I'm not too
We should
sure.
get Steve to watch it. Steve has to watch this episode because he's good at he loves picking out
Yes,
mistakes.
yes, that would be great if we could.
Yeah, it's probably on a cherry picker or something.
I reckon it's on
It
something
must be
like
then
that.
they've done it on a cherry
It's a
picker.
crane.
You know.
It's either a crane or
Yeah.
it's something like that because I'm
Oh
sure I
yeah,
can
cherry
see
picker
the
wouldn't.
two.
It wouldn't be. Yeah, it'd have to be a full on
It wouldn't
crane,
be.
wouldn't it?
It'd have to be a crane, which we've got so many cranes in Wellington. It's
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous anyway. yeah, so yeah, no, that was a great scene. That was a great scene. I like that.
Yeah.
The police car up on the top of the. Just imagine being stuck up there, looking down, and oh my god, oh god! And
But I
then they
just love
put
the
their
way their
jackets
priority was
on.
to save their jackets.
Yeah, I
Just-
know, and they actually managed to put their jackets on. Like it was just, I mean, it was a blink and miss thing. You know, we didn't get to see them actually put them on, but yeah, well, let's save $100 jackets and let the $60,000 police car go. That's priorities for you. Jeez.
Yeah.
Crack up.
Yeah, like I said, I was talking about the budgie scene. I was like,
Yeah, you
who
could start
gives
mating
Parker?
calls with your birds.
Yeah.
You could try and talk to them. See which one works. They'll think you've gone bonkers.
Yeah, they'll just look at me as if,
What's wrong with Dad?
yeah.
He thinks he's a bird.
They don't like it when I whistle. Honestly, if I start whistling, they look at me as if, what are you doing? And then I have to stop.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. Animals are funny.
Yeah. Oh, they've been fighting. It's hormonal season, so they've been fighting a lot and arguing with each other and flying around and like bickering.
Oh my goodness.
And then when I
There's a
shout at them, like,
personality.
are you used to? They look at me as if, what?
Oh, how cute.
That's all fun. I
Yeah.
love birds. Birds are great. They've got personality. They're sassy. They're not like they do things on their terms.
They do. They do. Yep.
You don't you can train them, but if they decide they're not playing today, that's it. You just nothing to do.
I've got 2 pet ducks. They eat out of my hand. I'm not supposed to do that, but I do. Anyway, never mind. They eat oats. They love their oats.
Yeah, I never give them bread. Bread's bad.
No, not bread. Yep. Definitely bad. Definitely bad. Yep.
I haven't been. There's a park near me, and I haven't been down in ages to see the ducks. There's a river. You see a load of ducks there.
Ah, yeah, no, they come to our property because this used to be a swamp. So we've put a house on top of their swamp. you know what I mean?
Still hanging about, yep.
So it's still hanging around. So yeah, it's brilliant. Every summer I get baby ducklings here. It's gorgeous. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, who gives Parker the tranquilizer gun?
I don't know why people give him things at all, actually. I don't know why he's still in the police force. I think I might ring the police and complain.
Yeah. Like even in a fictional police force shooting how he's dangerous for that. But
yeah, exactly. Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah. But see the actress is playing the actual bird woman. She was great.
Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was even speaking in Māori. My gosh.
Yeah.
It was like, ooh, freaky bird.
But I love that her Maka just jabbering away and like she's like really sassy, you know, and
Yes.
It's one of them characters I'd like to see come back.
Yeah, I hope she does. I don't know.
But it turns out that they were persecuting her because of Beverly's family feud, you know, with her.
Oh, I know. Yeah, far out. That was a cool angle, actually. Different.
And the animatronics, the chicks, you know, in the nest.
Yeah. So they were animatronics, weren't they?
Yeah.
I mean, bloody hell.
Once again,
brilliant.
That's full on effort making proper chick animatronics that size and having them in there.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm pretty sure when a workshop says something to do, I'm going to have to go through and have a look. I'm going to track that down and see if they've got anything to do with it because they love the animatronics and stuff. So it was really well done. Cute, creepy. They're creepy babies.
Yeah. But once again, just for an episode, that's what they've done. And you're like, that's a lot of effort.
One episode for 5 minutes. Or probably a couple of shots of them, maybe. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. Ew, they were creepy though, weren't they?
Yeah, but that was, you know,
yeah.
No, I'm not going to feed her to my chicks. I'm going to eat her first myself and then regurgitate her.
Yeah, no.
Just
Of
describe the
course.
process. Which is what birds do. You know, birds
Which
are
is what
brutal.
exactly, and I'm glad they brought that up actually, so that, you know, people who didn't know get to know that
Yeah.
that's how birds eat or how they feed their chicks. Funny.
Yeah.
Ew. She
But
was
yeah,
great.
the end of this episode, like they decided they're going to keep her in an animal sanctuary or a national park and study her, and then she eats Beverly. It's like, that's the end of her.
I know. I thought, oh my god, they're getting on so well. You know, everything's going to be fine. And then I look over, and it's like, uh-oh, where's Beverly? You're feeding your babies. Oops.
Yeah.
Bye, Beverly. That was nice knowing you.
Yeah, that was funny. Good start as well to see that. I mean, this is the first episode of season 4, and a good start.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
once again they've turned it all up a notch.
They have. Which
The-
I don't know how they managed to do it. You know, from God.
I think when you've been doing something, and you've got a good team, like obviously this is a team, and they've
Yep,
got the same
without
crew,
doubt.
and they all know what it's like when we're all, when we're all doing our thing and we're on this, like we've got to the point now where like we don't have to plan it out. We sort of know how we're doing these things and talking and what we can throw in and what not to bother with and stuff.
Yep.
You get to that sort of point, it's almost like second nature.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And then it just gets better and better,
Yeah. 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 That's right. I like that. Mm.
And obviously, obviously the new subscribers we've had over the last month or so. Thanks very much. Obviously, you appreciate what we're doing because
Yeah.
we're always getting more, not less. So that's
Yeah,
always the
which
right
is
direction to travel.
best direction to travel. Oh no, that's awesome. Mm. Yeah, no, I liked this one. This was a different one. Yeah, it's cool.
No, I enjoyed it. Even when I was saying that, like the first one, The Avengers, it was a simple plot and not as up to standard. It's still a good episode. Like it's
it was. Yeah, yeah. As soon as I saw the crater in the street, I was like, oh, okay, they've amped it up. Yep, they've amped it up a bit. Yep, to get towards the end of that season, I suppose. So yeah. Hey, maybe they were running out of money by then, and
probably
had
just
to
using
wait
it.
for.
Yeah, but they're obviously getting the best. Like they're not wasteful. They're not just going epic set pieces for no reason.
No,
Like everything
not at all.
fits.
Yeah,
and it's still got that small indie feel to it, but high quality.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. And it's very, very it's gets you really invested in the characters, which is really, really important. Yeah.
Yeah, that's half the battle here. But there you go. That's good to see us again. So we are back to What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, we are.
Yes, we are. Yeah,
yes, we are.
we're back to What We Do in the Shadows, so we'll be picking up there again.
Yes. Yes.
It's always fun.
Right.
We're going to be with that show for a while, but obviously this one we're already planning. Once this will finish first.
Yep.
Because I think we'll have 2 more streams, and that'll be because the next one will be 3, then the one after that'll be 2, and then after we finish this one, we'll do like a recap over the whole thing. I think.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because it'll be like 2 episodes,
I like that.
And then we'll do like a sort of recap. Yeah, over the whole series.
What we think. Yeah, that's a great idea.
And then we might do a wee bit of diving into the character, the actors.
Yes.
See what they're up to now.
Very good idea.
See if there's anything that they're up to.
Yep. Where they are and what they went on to do.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be cool actually to see if they're doing anything that there might be another hidden gem.
Yeah, or they might be in Shoreland Street. I hope not. But yeah.
That made me laugh. What was it back in the day? Them Dubby was one bump things, the Star Wars prequels. The actor that played the nurse in Shortland Street was playing one of the main characters.
Right. Oh my god, I can't even remember which one it was now. An old one, a young lady. But
he was young in Shortland Street when he was playing. He was like one of the main characters. He was the nurse.
Oh, Michael. Oh god, it's gone out of my head now.
He plays
Martin.
He played Django. Martin. Wasn't it Django Fett? Out of the guy with a backpack, the shiny silver dude. There was all the
Justin Curtis. No, Martin Henderson.
hang on,
The one that was on The Ring.
let me look him up.
Because there's two of them that went on to be quite.
Tamara Morrison.
Tamara Morrison.
Tamara Morrison.
Yeah.
From
Oh,
Shortland
God,
Street.
yeah.
That's why I couldn't take it seriously when he appeared in Star Wars.
Oh, right. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
That was back in the 90s. I'm like, yeah,
yeah.
What's his face off Shortland Street? Because we watched
Do you know
that.
he's on so many Marvel films you wouldn't even realize? He's in lots of them that we didn't even realize it's him. Like he's in quite a lot of makeup, like Galaxy of the Guardians of the Galaxy and stuff like that. He's on things like that.
All right, okay.
And yeah. So, but he's usually in makeup, so you can't tell it's him. But he's been in loads of those sorts of American things.
Yeah, he's obviously moved over there and went from soap
opera. I think he still lives here now. Yeah. I bumped into him actually down in the hut, and he big bright white teeth. I'm like, oh God, Hollywood teeth.
Oh God.
Yeah, exactly.
Plastic.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, cool, interesting.
Yeah. So you mentioned that show again. I was like, that's a blast from the past.
Yeah, it's a blast from the past. All right.
We'll not be reviewing that because it's not in the way.
No, thanks.
There's nothing. It's a soap opera, so there's nothing really to go. But what we'll be looking at is Wolf Creek. So after this one finishes, that's when we'll jump onto the Wolf Creek series.
Yes, excellent. Yeah, considering I didn't even know they had one until you told me last time. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it'd be interesting.
And then we need to find something after what we did in we're going to be with what we did in the Shadows for a while because we're only we're on season 3 now.
Yes, still on season 3.
Yeah, so we've got a wee bit to go.
Yep, we do. We've got a lot to go.
We'll be with that show for a while, but
which is awesome. Yep, cool.
But
that's us set.
Yep, there you go, folks. Keep an eye out tomorrow. There might be another announcement depending on the post. if the mail works properly, there'll be a stream tomorrow. If not, it'll be Saturday. But there's a little announcement coming, which
awesome.
Anyone keeping up to date will know what's happening. But there you go, folks. Dale, thanks always. Been laugh. And thanks, Benjamin, for the cameo in chat and everyone else.
Yeah, thanks. I better go and chain him in a minute.
Yeah. So there you go, folks. Until next time, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.